Hello, my name is Taya Wiley and I'm a founding Diamond Ambassador with Wakaya Perfection. And I am so excited to announce that Wakaya Perfection has merged with Nspire Network and we now carry Cherish Sanitary Napkins. Today I want to give you a brief presentation on the Cherish Sanitary Napkin compared to one of the leading brands so you can see exactly why I am so excited. So let's begin. Now the first thing I want to show you is the Cherish Sanitary Napkin and how thin it is compared to one of the leading brands. Now just take a look at that. Very thin. The next thing I want to point out is that the pad is completely sealed. So there's no way that you can get into this pad unless you rip it open. Completely sealed. Now the majority of the other pads on the marketplace, they come and they're open. The reason for this is because they have fumes in it that if it were completely sealed like the Cherish Sanitary Napkin, that it wouldn't be able to breathe. So they have to leave it open. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and place one of the leading brands of sanitary napkins down. Next, I'm going to open up the Cherish Sanitary Napkin. Now, one thing that I would like to point out is that the adhesive that is on the Cherish Sanitary Napkin, it is plant-based and it is environmentally friendly and biodegradable. Now, the glue that is on the leading brand is of a construction grade, which is not biodegradable. And it also, if you notice, like when you remove it from your panties, it oftentimes damages them. So that's one difference right there alone. Now, one thing that you may not know about the leading brand of sanitary napkins is that a lot of them have so many harmful chemicals that they are part of the reason why women are getting ovarian cancer, cervical cancer, fibroids, yeast infections, urinary tract infections, bacterial infections. Now, of course, the dangers aren't from just one-time use. Most women throughout their lifetime will be exposed to sanitary napkins 15,000 times. And if they also use panty liners, that takes it up to 60,000 times that they are exposing their bodies to these harmful chemicals. Now, most women during their feminine flow will release 15 to 50 milliliters of fluids during their high peak days of their menstrual cycle. So, I have 2 containers of water that have exactly 50 milliliters. I'm not sure if you can see that well. But I'm just going to simply pour the 50 milliliters over each sanitary napkin. All right. And I'm going to do the same over the leading brand. All right. Now I'm just going to take regular napkins, Bounty. Take some regular napkins and I am going to simply apply a little bit of pressure to the leading brand, which advertises that it provides 8 hours of protection. Most of them say 8, some of them say 10. And as you can see, it's very wet. I'm going to do the same thing with the Cherish brand. applying the same amount of pressure. And as you can see, it is 99% dry. Big difference. All right, so let's go ahead and dissect both sanitary napkins so we can further investigate. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the leading brand. All right, so as we take off this top layer, this very top layer is very rough and it causes a lot of irritation and chafing and things of that nature. Now what this is really constructed of is wood fibers, wood pulp, and other waste materials. And then it's taken through a heavy bleaching process just to make it appear white. Now this next layer, I don't know if you can see the pretty decoration, but the next layer actually has no purpose at all. I guess it's just to be pretty. It's supposed to be a part of their leak protection system. But if you think about it, that purple dye that's on there, when it gets wet, it's touching your body. So as you can see on this top layer here, you can see where some of it leaked through. So that's also leaking through to your body in the most sensitive area that we have. So next I'm going to take off their absorbency system. See that there? So I have 2 cups of water. This cup of water has more in it. I'm going to set that on this side, and this cup of water has a little bit less. So I am going to just drop their absorbency system right down in the cup of water. And let's see. Now the next layer we have here is pretty much just a plastic bag. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's just a plastic bag. Nothing more, nothing less. So when you think about all the fluid that we release during the feminine flow and all the toxins that are released from our body, and you put that on top of a plastic bag, it is the perfect breeding ground for bacteria, which is why so many women suffer from bacteria infections, yeast infections, and so many other things, because we're really sitting on a plastic bag. Now, in all fairness, I'm going to also deconstruct the Cherish sanitary napkin. Now the top layer is actually cotton, so it feels very different from the leading brand of sanitary napkins. And the one thing about cotton is it is an all natural fiber. Therefore, it does not have to be bleached to be white. It feels soft, and it feels, some people even say like cashmere or velvet, which is really nice. Huge difference. So as you can see here, it's cotton, pure cotton. Now, this right here is the magic strip. Can you see that? This is the magic strip. Now let me tell you about this strip right here. This strip right here contains negative ions. Now I don't want to go into all of the medical benefits, but if you just Google negative ions or go to WebMD and type in negative ions, you'll see that it has a whole myriad of health benefits, which is really awesome when you think about it being included in your sanitary napkins. Now, the negative ion strip does so much. First of all, it helps to reduce that unwanted, unpleasant odor during the feminine flow. It also helps to reduce bacteria and germs. It helps to reduce the inflammation, and it helps to balance the pH and the hormone levels in our bodies. So that negative ion strip is amazing. It is infused with infrared ray technology, and let me tell you, that is such an awesome feature because it helps to boost your immune system. It also helps to regulate your pH balance, and it improves your body's oxygen levels. And last but not least, that little magical strip also includes nano silver ion technology, which helps to prevent bacteria growth. Now next, we're going to take a look at our absorption system, which uses polymer, which is the same thing that is inside of a baby's diaper. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that in the cup that contained more water. We're going to let that sit right there for a sec. And then we have another layer of cotton to help again with air and making sure it's breathable. Now let's take a look at this bottom layer. Even though it's an all-natural plant-based adhesive, it's sticking pretty good. But again, it's biodegradable and it's environmentally safe. So when we look at this layer, you can actually rip it, unlike the plastic bag. So you see it's very porous. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's very porous, which also, again, we want to make sure that in that area you have the breathability so that bacteria does not grow. Now let's take a look at our absorbency systems. As you can see, with our leading brand, it's been sitting in this cup for quite some time, and it didn't really do great absorbing all of the water. Now let's take a look at Cherish. So this we pretty much just put in the cup, and as you can see, it absorbed all of the water, and this was the cup that had more. So how impressive is that? And one thing I love about it is it's really cool to the touch, and it turns kind of into a solid. So if you just think about when you are having your feminine flow, how hot and uncomfortable it is, this actually helps to cool you down, which is amazing. So now we know. I hope you found some value in today's presentation. If you did, please share this video with a woman that you love and let her know as well that there is a better way and there's a better product that not only has great testimonials, such as women reporting that the amount of time they are on their menstrual cycles is pretty much cut in half, and that their cramps are lessening, and of course, no odor. Also coupled with the fact that the Cherish Sanitary Napkins do not include any of the harmful toxins and have so many great health benefits. Again, if there's a woman that you love, I invite you to share this message with her so that she can know too. Thank you so much for watching.